Hello there. Welcome back to Cooking with Julie. Today I'm going to give you a recipe that is like foolproof. Like anyone will love it, kids will love it. It's like a simple, easy recipe. It's 3 ingredients and it's a meal, like so it's not a dessert or anything, it's a meal. But it is a recipe that when I first met my husband, like I guess it's been 27 years ago, it's something his mom would make. She's not a super, in the kitchen kind of cooker, but she would make this and I thought, well, that seems pretty simple, but it actually tastes really good. And throughout the years, my boys have absolutely loved it. And so every now and then it's requested. So 3 ingredients, 3 steps, chicken. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't remember to take out the chicken ahead of time. So I just took it out now. It's frozen, but that's fine. I just take a little bit of water, just so it doesn't stick to the bottom or start burning. That's probably good, because eventually, as it thaws, even a little bit of the steam will come off. So then I'm going to turn it not to a high, probably for my stove, like just under the medium mark. And I'm going to leave this here probably for a good 20 minutes. And then I'll check it once it starts to even thaw a little bit. I'll kind of pull all the chicken pieces apart with a fork and make sure it's cooked entirely through. And once that happens, I will be back to explain the rest. Okay, now I'm going to show you step 2. Super simple. Everybody has their own way of cooking rice, so not my way isn't just the way. But when I do it, I usually do minute rice. I have this Tupperware bowl that I've had forever. I don't remember ever not having it. I don't even think they sell it anymore, but I know my sister got one off of the Kijiji. I mean, you can always try there. But I love it. It has a little strainer at the bottom, so the water goes through, but of course the rice will fluff up, right? So I dumped my rice in there. I got a couple scoops of butter. I'm going to put one more in just for a bit more flavor, so it's not super dry, right? So I would say 3 tablespoon-ish sizes, and then salt. So I guess it's a bit more than 3 ingredients if you count the butter and the salt. And then I have my kettle rolling to a boil over here. I got the old-fashioned kind of kettle. I guess there's more old-fashioned ones than that, but we don't drink tea in this house, or I probably would have. My sister has the one where it's like a big old, literally looks like a kettle. You click it on, and it just automatically, you flick the switch, and it heats up right away. Yeah. We don't, the only time I ever use this is usually for tea. I mean, not tea. Oh my gosh. Rice. So, it doesn't make sense, till this, once it breaks, I think I'll probably upgrade, but it works just fine. So that's it. This is literally, when it says on here 5 minutes, I mean, it does give you instructions about how to do it in the microwave or on the stove, but it literally takes 5 minutes. So my chicken is still going. I've got my rice now on here, and one last, final, and easy, simple ingredient. I'm telling you, it's going to be delicious. Hi there, welcome back. So I cooked my chicken till all the water pretty much drained right off, flipped it, browned it on both sides. It's still a little bit warm. You see, it's still steaming. It's a little bit brown, it's cooked all the way through. So then what I do is I slice it lengthways. Can you see here? Yeah, okay. Lengthways, flip it over, cut it in half down the middle. This is the time when I take off any little kind of fat or any kind of little veiny things that you see. I don't know. I'm a little fussy, I guess, that way. So cut it in half, then cut it lengthways, and then just chop it into little cubes, I guess, little chunks. Doesn't have to be, you know, like pretty, doesn't have to be. That, whoops, is pretty much what we have here. I'm only making a small portion. This is my future daughter-in-law. This is what she prefers, and some of my kids, like over the other variation that I have, which I will also show you. Okay, and like the ratio is up to you, right? Like I put 2 smaller chicken breasts in here, and then I'm gonna add some rice. My rice is cooked and it is fluffy. Sometimes I just like to put a little bit of rice in a bowl with a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt. Delicious. That is, that's probably enough. I covered up all the, that light is kind of making it hard. There we go, covered it up. And the last and final ingredient, don't knock it till you tried it, corn. Just, you could use peaches and cream, I guess. I just use niblets for this one. I'm a recycler, so I always take my paper off first, and afterwards I will wash my tin can and put it in recycle. I have a bin in my house that I just throw everything into. Paper, cardboard, you know, yeah, tin, plastic, everything. I'm just going to drain these really quick. And then in our garage, we have bigger, much bigger, separated bins that we, that I then transfer all the recycle pile from here into there into separate containers. And then probably once every couple months, we take it to the recycle place here in town. Then corn, this might be a bit much. I think I'm going to do about 3/4 of a can. This is the very first time I've ever seen a can of Niblets corn, by the way, in a big can. Like it's usually those short little half cans, so I was kind of excited to see that. And I do need corn for a future recipe here in a couple days, so I may just put that in my in a container, seal it, and just stick it in the fridge for a couple days. It will be fine. So I know it might seem odd. It might even seem like too easy and simple, but I'm telling you, it's delicious. We lived on this like for years. Like this is, you know, one of the things that was asked for. The other day my son was here and he's like, Mom, you know what we haven't had for a while? You should make chicken rice and corn. So I'm like, actually I'm making it this week. But of course, they live in Edmonton. So, you know, this weekend I'm going to make a different batch for them and bring it directly to them in the city. But this is it for now. Here a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Chicken rice and corn. That's it. Boom. You can put in more corn if you want. You can, you know, do chicken, less rice, blah, blah, blah. Like brown rice. Like it is, the sky's the limit. But I'm telling you, she does put on, and we did put on when we ate this, a little bit of soy sauce. And that was it. Like, that's it. I'm going to stick it in the oven just to keep it warm. I do that sometimes. I'll put the oven on, like, 200. If I finish, you know, the meal a little bit, and I'm like, well, we're not eating for another hour, hour and a half, I'll just throw it in the oven. Keep it warm, and then when it's time to eat, just pull out of the oven. It's nice and fresh. You don't want to bake it. I mean, you don't want it too warm because then everything's just going to stick. And, you know, you just want it to keep it warm. So that's the end of that recipe. Pretty basic, pretty simple. I'll kind of link a recipe down below, but understand the variation of how much or how little you put in is totally up to you. There's no right or no wrong. It's whatever your family would prefer or like. So I just want to say that I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. If you have any prayer requests, please post them down below. I would love to take a moment and stop and think and pray for you. Any questions, any concerns, anything, you can just go ahead and share that with me. And then I'm just going to leave you with the notion of like, just pour a little bit of love today. Just a little bit, you know. I mean, a lot would be great, but sometimes we don't have a lot. Sometimes we just have, you know, a hard time even getting through our day. So if you can share a little bit of kindness today and a little bit of love, you know, that goes a long way for other people as well. So I'm going to end there, and we will see you next time. Bye.